Good afternoon, my friends. So today I'm in a rather unusual place. I'm in Boudouaou. This is a town in the western part of Boumerdes. And I'm in this area. And I'm going to film a video on how to drive from here to Ain Benian. Which means that I'm going to drive along highway number 5, National Highway number 5, N5 on maps, from this town, which is in fact the westernmost town in the province of Boumerdes, and if you will, Algiers. Just look at that sign over there. If you will, I mean, if it were part of Algiers, then it would be the easternmost part of Algiers. And Algiers is just next door, just a couple kilometers from here. In fact, the border of the Algiers province. So I'm going to drive from this part, from the easternmost part of Algiers, to a town, Ain Benian, which is one of the westernmost parts of Algiers. And all this along this road, down this highway number 5. Highway number 5 that we commonly call the Benakurine Zeralda Highway. Could you give me that bag, please? Yes, give me that bag. That one. Not that one, no, please. The other one. The other one. That one, yes. Yes. Because it's making too much noise. Crank up the window in the back. Crank it back. Crank up the window. Thank you. It's too noisy here. And now, guys, I am in the area, I mean in the section of the motorway that links Boudouaou to Reghaia, the town of Reghaia, which is the easternmost part of Algiers. It's getting dark because it's 6:30. It's April the 26th. Summer is approaching. We are in spring here in Algeria. It's a little bit overcast, so there is no risk for the phone to overheat. I hope that the image is not blurred. Just look at this, guys. We are in Ramadan. It's almost sunset. And just look at how the road is empty, because it's past rush hour. It's still daytime, but it's past rush hour. Most people have gotten off work early. So if you want to go to the industrial area of Reghaia, you take this turn here on the right. Reghaia is the industrial area. Reghaia has an industrial area, and so does Rouiba too. So Reghaia and Rouiba are adjacent towns and municipalities, and they are both close to the sea, to the seashore. But in fact, they aren't coastal towns. It's getting dark. We've got to finish this video before sunset, before it gets completely dark. enter because I've always wanted to drive down this road while it's, I mean, there is no traffic. Of course, there isn't much congestion here, but it's really a rare occasion to have, I mean, it's a really rare opportunity to be able to drive this stretch of road that I am going to drive here. Something like 30 kilometers or even more in just one go without risking, without the risk of encountering a paralyzing traffic jam on the way. It's a really rare opportunity, except on weekends. What I love about this area is that it has public lighting. You could run it even in the middle of the night. There is public lighting. And there is also, I mean, it's also decorated, lined with palm trees. With these palm trees here, they are still small, but they are going to grow up, to grow taller. These are windmill palm trees. The palm trees you see in the middle of the road, on my left. And this is the entrance to Rouiba, the industrial area of Rouiba on the right, as well as Reghaia. There is a straight road that links Rouiba to Reghaia, and I filmed it in one of my videos. While I was driving back from, I was talking about Ain Naadja. There is a road, a direct road that links, of course there is a direct road that links Rouiba to Reghaia, and there is another road that links Rouiba to Ain Naadja, the coastal town of Ain Naadja. And I filmed that road, the road that links Rouiba to Ain Naadja. I filmed it in one video as I was driving from Ain Naadja to Rouiba. You can check it on my channel, my YouTube channel, Hybriden. And now this is the entrance to Rouiba on the right. And what's amazing, guys, is the fact that you can drive from Boudouaou when there is no congestion. You can drive from Boudouaou to central Algiers in just 20 minutes. And many people from central Algiers, many people from, in fact, work in central Algiers. Many people from these areas work in central Algiers, so they commute by car daily. I can see a plane taking off from the airport, the Dely Brahim International Airport. You can see it in the background. And in fact, the airport, the Algiers International Airport, is on the left. It's on my left. Just watch out for oncoming traffic that gets into this this motorway, National Highway 5. There are also reckless drivers, just like the one. That car that overtook me from the right. It's such a dangerous thing to do. Now, this is the entrance, another entrance to Rouiba and Bourj El Bahri. And Bourj El Bahri is another coastal town, but this town is on the Algiers Bay, on the easternmost part of the Algiers Bay. Now we are approaching, okay, Hamadi is on the right. In fact, the entrance to Hamadi, the exit to Hamadi is on the right. Hamadi is on our left, in fact. The town of Hamadi is on our left. It's not very far from here. It's south. It's located south of Rouiba. And now we are going to continue driving on this road, on this highway, National Highway 5. Now if you want to go to Algiers, you've got two options. If you want to go to the lower parts of Algiers, to central Algiers, there is a road on the right that will lead you there via Dar El Beida. The area of Dar El Beida and Boudouaou and Burj Kifan and Kouba and Harrach. I usually drive that road, but today for the first time I'm going to drive on the other road, the road on the left. The road on the left is also part of National Highway 5. So this is the road on the right, here on the right, if you want to go to central Algiers. And now we are going to take this road here, continue on the same stretch of road on highway number 5, National Highway number 5A. And this is the highway that we also call the Benakurine Highway, because it goes all the way to Benakurine. And it's in fact a bypass road, a road that allows us drivers, commuters to bypass Algiers, central Algiers, and therefore have less risk of encountering congestion when we are driving to Benakurine, to the upper parts of Algiers. And this road goes through the industrial area of Samar. It's a very practical road. When I worked for a Chinese company, Chinese oil company, we used to visit this area, the Samar industrial area. We had many providers, many contractors here. So the airport is on the right, guys. I mean, the exit to the airport is on the right. There is a hotel here on the left, and the terminal of the international airport is on my left. Too bad I can't film it. Oh yeah, there is just the tip of it on the left. You can see it in the background on the left, completely on the left. There is just the tip of it that's showing, just the tip of the international airport, the Algiers International Airport. So look, if you live in Boudouaou, it would only take you some 13 minutes in order to drive from Boudouaou to the Algiers International Airport. This is the access to one of the accesses, or one of the roads that lead to the Samar industrial zone. And it's a very important industrial zone here in Algiers. I think that it's the largest industrial zone here in Algiers, in the province of Algiers. With many factories and other companies represented here, countless companies. They are in the hundreds. So this is one of the main bypass roads of Algiers. And the cool thing is that I'm filming on an overcast day. It's an overcast afternoon, it's a cloudy afternoon. There is no risk for the phone to overheat, and there is less sunshine. So the road is a little bit I mean, it is visible. It is, you can see it in video. Although there isn't much light, unfortunately. This is the southern bypass motorway, by the way, La Rocade Sud. This is the first southern bypass motorway. And there is a second one which goes from Boumerdes, the city of Boumerdes. It's on my left, it's south of this road. It runs parallel to this road, and it goes from Boumerdes, not very far from Boudouaou, to the area of Zeralda, crossing the territory or the southern part of the Algiers province from east to west, completely from east to west. For Zeralda is the westernmost municipality of Algiers, and these roads are very practical. But with the increase in the number of cars here in Algiers, a growing number of people are having cars. There is traffic everywhere now. Of course, not as badly as it used to be back in the 1980s and the 1990s, but there is traffic, you know, especially in rush hour. And now I'm going to have to overtake these vehicles. The vehicle in front of me. It's such a wonderful thing to have these, these straight stretches of road ahead of you, only waiting for you to drive through them in just a few minutes. And the structure that's beginning to appear over there is the Baraki Stadium, Baraki. There is a municipality here on my left known as Baraki, and that's the stadium. It resembles the Beijing Stadium of the Bird's Nest, where they organized the 2008 Olympics of Beijing. It was in 2008, so it was a Chinese company that built this stadium here on the left. It's such a beautiful structure, and now they are finalizing it. We are in 2022. I hope they end it soon, and I hope they commission it this year. Why not? And well, I enjoy the fact that it resembles a stadium in Beijing. There is an entrance here to Harrach. I think that this is the entrance that goes via the Zmirli Hospital. And there is another entrance here to Kouba, to Baraki and Sidi Moussa. And now if you want to go to central Algiers, you can take the next exit here. It goes to El Harrach and Kid Constantine. You can drive from that exit, the next exit. I mean, you can drive this bridge. By the way, I'm on the bridge. It's a very long bridge, and it crosses the Harrach river. And now there is an exit here on the right that will lead you to Gid Constantine and Al-Harrach, and also the Ouled Fayet tunnels and central Algiers. So you can go to central Algiers via this road here. Although they didn't put central Algiers there on the sign. And there is another exit here that goes straight to central Algiers. It's via the Ouled Fayet tunnels. This one is more direct, and also to Hussein Day. There is an exit here on the right that goes to Kouba. So you can see how this road services. It's a bypass road that goes around the central parts of the city. It allows you to avoid the central part of the city, but where there is congestion all the time. And it also services many neighborhoods at the same time. All right, let's try to overtake this vehicle. Ain Naadja is on the left, while Kouba is on the right. So if you live in Boudouaou and the road is in this condition, traffic is very fluid, extremely fluid, and it would only take you 20 minutes to drive from Boudouaou to Kouba. We're already in the area of Kouba and Jolie Vue. And this is the Ain Naadja gas station on the right. I don't really like filming at this time of day because you know, it's neither daytime nor nighttime. You know, it gets dark, too dark for this camera to give a good image. You know, good images. But when they turn on the public lighting, there is enough light for this camera to film. To make good videos. We are still in this area of Kouba and Ain Naadja. I can see beautiful palm trees on the left, on the other side of the road. You can access Kouba via this exit here, as well as Hussein Day and central Algiers, of course. There are beautiful trees here on the right, very well trimmed. And this area here is, this hilly section of the motorway is known as La Côte, which means the hill. And now, if you are going to Blida, you need to take the exit on the right, over there, via Les Sources. It's your main exit to Blida. If you miss it, then you need to drive several kilometers away in order to turn around and come back here. You need to drive as far as Said Hamdin and Tiqsraid, some 4 kilometers away from here, maybe less, but it's such an annoyance, especially on a weekday when there is traffic. because this area here in particular is congested. It's particularly congested. Sometimes there is paralyzing traffic here. Especially when you see forklift trucks, just like the one we have just passed. When you see them running here on this road and breaking down. And now we are in the area of La Concorde on the right, and Saïd Hamdine. And when there is no traffic, in this area, then you can be happy. If you are driving to Ain Benian and there is no traffic in this area, then you can be really happy. This means that you can make it quick to the area you're driving to. Because usually this is the area that holds drivers. I mean, it's almost guaranteed that you find congestion here in Saïd Hamdine, in the area of Saïd Hamdine. Then traffic eases once you are past this area. So this is the exit that leads to Tiqsrain and Birkhadem, and an entrance to Saïd Hamdine, and Sidi Yahya too, here on the right. This is another entrance. There is an upcoming entrance to Sidi Yahya, Boudouaou and Hydra. And central Algiers, of course. So as you can see, central Algiers has multiple entrances on this road. Multiple entrances. And now we are in the area of, okay, Hydra is on the right. And we are approaching, or we are headed to the area of City Malki. The Malki apartment complex, which is near the Val d'Hydra, or the Hydra Valley area, not very far from El Beida. And now there is an exit here that will lead you, here on the right, that will lead you to Val d'Hydra, the Hydra Valley, and El Beida. And you can also drive from El Beida to central Algiers. So as you can see, all this road system is connected in such a way that all the roads could lead you to the city center, and it's such a good job, such a well-designed system that dates back, in fact, to the 1980s. It was in the 1980s that they started to modernize all these roads, all this road system. And they have done an excellent job so far. Now, in order to reduce road congestion here in Algiers, the local authorities need to develop the transport system, the public transport system. Now we need more trains, more streetcars, and more subways, more subway lines here in the city. In order for many drivers, including me, to leave their cars home, or even sell their cars, why not, and ride public transport. Ben Aknoun now. Ben Aknoun is on the right. The entrance to the central part of Ben Aknoun is on the right. Even me personally, if I could, I would leave my car at home and go and commute to work by public transport, by subway and streetcar. those buildings right in front of us over there are part of the Sahrawi apartment complex. There are offices there and also apartments. And Reghaia is on the right, as well as the Olympic complex, the July the 5th Olympic complex. And now, of course, the sun is setting and it's getting darker and darker. And just look at this, guys. It only took us 30 minutes in order to drive from Boudouaou to Ben Aknoun. Could you imagine that? I'm amazed myself. And this is the area of Ain Naadja and Dely Brahim, here on the right. And on the left we have the area of Douira, Al-Ashur, and Wadrman on the left. Pomegranate River, Wadrman. And now this is the entrance to Dely Brahim and Bedakhsen and Ouled Fayet as well. Too bad they didn't put Ouled Fayet on the signs. Ouled Fayet is in fact on the left. It's the area on the left. Now we've got to make it a little bit quick. I am merging into the right lane, which seems empty. And now this is the area of the Dunya Park. I've already filmed the video on how to drive to Ouled Fayet. Now it's so cloudy, or rather misty, that the sun looks like the moon far away over there in the background on the right. And now this is the Dunya Park with its windmill, with its wind turbines. It has a few wind turbines around here, and they say that it's they also call it Parc des Grands Vents, or the Park of Strong Winds. That's how I would translate it. Strong winds. And they say that it's the windiest part of Algiers, here in the province of Algiers. It's the windiest part, and it's the most optimal area where they can install wind turbines. It's such a beautiful area that many people visit. And the entrance is of course not here, it's on the left. You need to drive on the road, you need to take the exit that leads to Ouled Fayet, and drive along the road of Ouled Fayet until you find the entrance. And now Cheraga is on the right, Ouled Fayet is still on the left. We are still in the area of Ouled Fayet. And these buildings here on the left are new. I guess that they are going to be high-standing apartments or something. They are interesting structures, beautiful. And they are also building what looks like a hotel near the park. And this is the entrance to Cheraga. And now if you want to drive to Sidi Abdullah and Rahmaniya, you take this exit here, and Douira too. There is a straight road there. It's known as a straight motorway, known as the Cheraga connecting motorway, La Pénétrante de Cheraga. It connects this road here, highway number 5, or the southern bypass motorway, to Another motorway which runs parallel to this one. I mentioned it earlier in this video. It's the second southern bypass motorway. Deuxième rocade sud. It's the second bypass motorway, southern bypass motorway. It runs parallel to this one, to this road, from east to west, across the province of Algiers. And it's the motorway that services all those new suburbs of Algiers, like Rahmaniya, Sidi Abdullah, and Douira, and Bab Ahsan. And now this is the exit. This is our exit in order to go to Ain Benian. It's the Club du Pain exit. Pine Tree Club. We're going to drive through the forest or the wood of Boudouaou, the Boudouaou road. If you want to go to Cheraga, we take the right. Cheraga and the neighborhood of Boudouaou, because there is also a neighborhood here in Boudouaou. These two guys that have just crossed the road must be joggers. This is an area where joggers come to run, and there are also people that come here to cycle and picnic. There is a huge wood here on the right, the Boudouaou wood, visited by lots of people, by athletes and families and joggers and picnickers and everything. So this is the Boudouaou wood. It's on the right. That's the entrance of the to the Boudouaou road. There is another entrance here on the right, and I think that there is also a road that leads to Cheraga via that wood. And the wood is essentially made up of pine trees, maritime pine trees. And pine trees are very common here in Algiers. Algiers is on the Mediterranean Sea, and pine trees are very common on Mediterranean coast. You can see how tall they can grow here on the left. It's such a beautiful country. Mediterranean countries are so beautiful. The Mediterranean climate, by the way, is one of the best in the world. It's very moderate, very mild. There are sheep here on the right. There is a flock of sheep here on the right, because this is an agricultural area where there are still farms, and there are still people breeding sheep and even horses. And don't be surprised to see a horse here on this road. Those horses are operated in the wood, in that park area, that Boudouaou park area. So Stawali is on the left, guys. This is a very important roundabout. Stawali is on the left. We are going to go right. There is an international conference center here on the left. Beautiful palm trees here on the right, of a totally different type. That's not common in the central parts of Algiers. So just look at this, guys. 40 minutes to drive from Boudouaou, on the easternmost border of Algiers, to Ain Benian, which is one of the westernmost parts of Algiers. 40 minutes to cross the province from east to west. And now we are driving east towards the town of Ain Benian. Now you can see the first buildings of the area of Ain Benian. They have been building countless apartment complexes here in this area. There is a roundabout over there. If you take the right, at the roundabout you will go to Cheraga via an area known as Les Dunes. In fact, this area here is known as Les Dunes, or the Dunes. And this is the Ain Benian bridge. I'm not going to drive too deep into the town of Ain Benian because it's getting later. All I'm going to do is to drive as far as a roundabout near La Madrague and then turn around and finish this video. The road on the right will also lead you back to Cheraga via an area known as Le Plateau. The Plateau. This is highway number 11, national highway, I think so, yes, national highway number 11, and it links Ain Benian to Stawali. And of course you can drive back to Algiers, to central Algiers via this road. It goes all the way to Algiers. This is the coastal road that leads to Algiers. Alright guys, so I think that I need to wrap up this video here. If you drive straight on, you will arrive in the central part of Ain Benian. There are a few beaches here, like La Fontaine, and also Spips, or Ouled Fayet, which is what that we left behind. Now we are driving towards it. I hope that you liked this video. It only took us, just look at this, 43 minutes to drive from Boudouaou to Ain Benian. You see, I mean, it's just, it's nothing. It's really nothing. You see, we were in province and now we are in another province and we are on the borders of another province of Tipaza. I hope that you liked this video and found it useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notifications button in order to receive notifications on my future videos. I also noticed that only a third of you, my dear viewers, only a third of you are subscribed to my channel. That's why I kindly invite the other 2/3 to subscribe as well. This will help my channel a lot. Alright guys, drive safely, visit Algiers, visit Algeria, take care of yourselves and goodbye.